Did birds ever whisper secrets of desire? Seriously, who hasn't stared at a robin and wondered if it was judging their love life? Let's dive into a world where feathered friends weren't just singing pretty tunes, they were delivering a potent and surprisingly scandalous message. Imagine a medieval court, all velvet and intrigue, where a young man named Deduit is hopelessly smitten with the beautiful Katerina. He's trying to woo her, but she's proving stubbornly resistant. Then he stumbles upon a bizarre spectacle. The Diex dammers, the god of love, is completely covered in birds. Not just any birds, mind you, parakeets, nightingales, larks, even tiny titmice, all swirling around him like a feathered, frantic party. It's a scene so overwhelming, so utterly covered, that it's immediately unsettling. And then there's the rose. Boccaccio's masterpiece isn't just a collection of stories, it's a carefully constructed puzzle box of hidden meanings. Take, for instance, this scene, a young girl holding her lover's usinnulo, a nightingale, in her hand. She carefully cages it, then proceeds to make it sing. A nightingale, you see, has always been a bit of a troublemaker in the literary world. It's been linked to phallic symbolism for centuries, a tiny, feathered penis in disguise. Let's rewind a bit. Classical times had it figured out. Birds, with their wings and their ability to soar, were naturally associated with male power and fertility. Think of the winged Eros, Cupid, flitting about with his arrows, a miniature winged phallus-dispensing desire. Ancient Egyptians even used the sparrow hieroglyph to represent a man's virility. Seriously, they were onto something, but it didn't stop there. The Greeks, always masters of metaphor, used animal language to describe, well, pretty much everything. A birdman, for example, was a term for a lecherous individual. Geoffrey Henderson's research into Greek language reveals a whole menagerie of avian metaphors for the male anatomy. Wingman and sparrow man were commonplace. Now, let's talk about the French. The word oiseau, bird, has a fascinating and slightly unsettling history. It wasn't just about robins and sparrows, it was often used to describe men. Yep, you read that right. In the argot street slang, oiseau could mean customer, fellow, or more often, a queer fish. And don't even get me started on oiseau, which meant gosling, and simpleton, and oiselle, a female bird or silly girl. The connection between the two is obvious. The Larousse Dictionnaire de l'Argot confirms it. Rossignol, a gland, literally nightingale with a gland, is a surprisingly direct term for old man, meaning penis. It's like they were deliberately leaving clues, little feathered hints scattered throughout the language, and it doesn't end there. The rose itself is brimming with these avian references. Remember the scene with Narcissus, the famously homoerotically depicted youth. The birds surrounding him aren't just decorative, they're a metaphor for young men trapped in a bird net, a trap set by Cupid. The author cleverly equates birds and boys, creating a visual representation of desire and entrapment. But wait, there's more. Consider the fabliaux, those bawdy, short stories of medieval France. One particular tale, Chargiez de Vis, describes a scene where a man is literally covered in birds, parakeets, nightingales, larks, and titmice, all vying for his attention. It's a chaotic, overwhelming display of avian lust, and the language used to describe these birds, it's loaded. Ils étaient tous chargés d'oiseaux, he was all covered in birds. It's not just a description, it's a coded message. Let's shift gears to the English language. Bird, that seemingly innocent word, has a surprisingly complex history. In Middle English, it could refer to both animals and young people. Shakespeare, a master of wordplay, frequently used bird in a suggestive way, hinting at hidden desires. Think of the phrase to feather, which meant to engage in sexual intercourse. And the list goes on: chick, cock, goose's neck, turkey neck, all terms with a decidedly phallic connotation. Modern slang continues the tradition, with birdie used as a derogatory term for a homosexual, but the connection doesn't stop with English. Across Europe, similar patterns emerge. In German, vögeln, the verb to bird, means to screw. In Italian, uccello refers to both a bird and a penis. In Spanish, pajero can mean bird or, depending on the context, prick. It's a linguistic phenomenon that stretches across continents and centuries. The association of birds with male sexuality is deeply ingrained in our collective unconscious. Now let's talk about the illustrations found in medieval manuscripts. Look closely at the margins of the Romance of the Rose. You'll find drawings of winged phalluses, phallic chariots, and leaded tokens depicting bizarre, avian-human hybrids. These aren't just random doodles, they're visual representations of the underlying symbolism. Thomas Wright, in his extensive study of medieval symbolism, documented countless examples of phallic birds and winged penises adorning monuments in Nimes, Italy, Britain, and Belgium. These images weren't meant to be subtle, they were deliberately provocative, a visual shorthand for desire and transgression. And it's not just the visual representations. The very names of birds were sometimes used to describe male genitalia. Rossignol the nightingale was a popular choice, and its diminutive form, rossignol, a gland, was a surprisingly direct term for old man, meaning penis. The Rose's author, Guillaume de Loris, wasn't shy about employing this symbolism. The nightingale, a symbol of beauty and song, is repeatedly linked to male desire and arousal. The connection extends to other languages and cultures. In China, the word niao, bird, also means penis. In many indigenous American languages, bird names are used to refer to male body parts. The legacy of this avian symbolism continues to resonate today. The word bird itself retains a certain ambiguity, often used in a playful or ironic way. And the image of a bird, a small, winged creature, can still evoke a sense of hidden desire and transgression. So the next time you see a robin hopping across your lawn, take a moment to consider its hidden message. It might not be singing a cheerful tune, it might be whispering secrets of desire encoded in a language that has been spoken for centuries. But what if the birds aren't whispering at all? What if this entire elaborate system of symbolism, the phallic birds, the slang terms, the illustrations, is just a clever illusion, a way to distract us from a deeper, more unsettling truth? Are we truly seeing birds, or are we simply projecting our own desires onto them?